Hey, so it's your boy today, and it's not Tuesday, but I'm dropping this video because today at work I was analyzing something, and I don't have my tripod right now, so I'm using my hands. So it's gonna be a little shaky. But I was analyzing some dots, like one of authors. They say they like to connect dots. I was connecting some thoughts together and some history together that involves the patriarchy and the matriarchy, and I was connecting something that has always intrigued me about women that say they hate the patriarchy. And as a man that has a mother, I still can't comprehend why some women hate men. However, I've come to a conclusion for why that might be a reason. Now I say conclusion because I'm not sure if it's a hypothesis anymore, but I leave it as a conclusion. Okay. In the beginning of time, women and up to now, there was no form of DNA testing. And nowadays, modern men, us, have very low testosterone levels, right? So a bunch of us don't have the strength that our forefathers have. And with that low testosterone level, there's a reason why DNA testing is a little bit more modern. But before, men back then had super high testosterone levels, right? Like we see men like they were buff, strong. Our forefather was fucking beast and animals out there killing these mammoths, right? Like you gotta have, like, I don't understand myself how high of a testosterone level like our forefathers have to even be up to par with the wild beast of the Sahara Desert, of the safari, you know, of the jungles and of the forests. Here's the segue to this. The fact that our testosterone level were so high gives me a reason to understand why women hate the patriarchy. And because if men have a high testosterone level, that means that their intuition, yes, their intuition, and their gut tells them that that is not their kid. Now, it might sound completely crazy, but think about it. Why women hate the men? Why women hate patriarchy? Not all, but some. And that is because men back then used to kill, just like Mother Nature intends, like with lions, they used to kill the women and the kids that weren't theirs. So if the woman cheated on that guy, okay, just bear with me. Think about this. If the testosterone levels were so high back then, I think the man would have known that that is not his son or that is not his daughter. So he would understand that for in something in his brain would say like in his chemistry would be like this is not my kid. He can hold it and be like this is off, like this is not from my ball sack. Okay, like this is not from my ball sack. I don't think this is my kid. And what happens back then? What did kings used to do? I think peasantry, like I'll call myself peasantry, wouldn't be able to have to fight anything or kill any woman because it was like we will have to deal with it, right? Most of us average men will have to deal with raising a kid from another man that your wife was cheating on you. But kings, however, didn't because they have money and power. So money and power, I'm not justifying this, okay, ladies? I'm not justifying it, but because they have the power and the money, they would opt the kids out. They will, like they're gone. And the wife is like gone, like next queen coming up, like you better not be cheating on me. Now we understand that some men were unfertile, but we understand that majority of women are fertile. Some are unfertile, but majority of them were fertile. So if you analyze one of the movies, like Napoleon movie, right? She couldn't bear children, and she was cheating on him, but she never got pregnant. And then he cheated, and he slept with his mistress, and then she got pregnant. Okay, this is a segue to it. Okay, Not justifying any of it, but listen to this. Have you seen the movie Jerusalem? Right, where Orlando Bloom, the knight, his real father is a knight. He thought he was born to a blacksmith. Okay, he thought he was born to a blacksmith. We're talking about a movie that is talking about the days of the freaking conquistadors and the churches and all of this stuff going on in the world. So I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Today I was at work and hit me like, is this the reason? Is this the reason why women hate the patriarchy? Because men back then understood that this is not our kid. Think about it this way. Now we have DNA, right? And how many men have been divorcing because they understand that that kid is not theirs? So back then, men had to have a higher testosterone because it kicked that intuition of them to be like, this is not my kid. I'm not raising this fucking kid. It's not mine. Now the average man couldn't do that, even though they had high testosterone because they were doing hard labor work, but they couldn't do it because they had to suck it up. But because now we have more modern medicine, and because now even the average man can go and get a DNA testing, women are starting to be furious with the patriarchy. When in reality, there is no patriarchy because women choose who they want to reproduce with. So even me and even every other daughter and every other son, all of us are the decision of our own mothers and our grandmothers and our four grandmothers and our grandmothers after that. Because they chose which man they wanted to get impregnated by. And some of them got pregnant by the guy that they really, really, really had the horniness for. And then they made the other guy to be the provider for them and take care of that children for them. It doesn't mean that they weren't giving the provider a son or a daughter, but I'm pretty sure they were still messing around more with the other guy. Now, bear with me, bear with me. You're going to be like, the hell is this dude talking about? In the movie Jerusalem, Orlando Bloom thinks he's born to a blacksmith. And then the knight comes over and he recognizes Orlando Bloom. It's a movie, but it is biologically close to understanding that once you, like, a man knows who is his kid. And a lot of men are going through this right now, that they have a kid and they intuition tells it, this ain't your kid, bro. If you're a guy right now, you've been through that position, I'll highly recommend you get a DNA test. Because from the men that I've seen on TikTok, the men that I've seen on YouTube, and the men I've seen on Instagram talk about they were raising a kid that he wasn't theirs, is proving a point that a man knows when he's raising a kid that's not his. Because the testosterone is still there. It might not be as high, but the testosterone is still there. So with that being said, he recognizes that this is his son right away. Like, he looks at the kid and he's like, fuck, this is me when I was younger. So there's a reason why women don't like patriarchy. They don't want you guys to have DNA testing. Because women like to gatekeep. Every single woman likes to gatekeep. I recommend this book that was recommended to me by a YouTuber called The Red Queen. And I'm just on the few chapters, but even on the first 3-4 chapters, it is an amazing fucking read that I still need to finish it, but it's an amazing read. It talks about reproduction and why reproduction works how it's working as it's supposed to be. And the reason why I'm trying to tell you this is because the second book that I know is very popular right now on YouTube is called The Rational Male, and I'm not promoting it, but you should definitely read it. It makes you understand more in depth what women look for in a man, okay? So I'm trying to tell you guys this. Don't hate women for being women. Don't hate their biological need to look for certain aspects, certain body types, certain mentality, certain fighting skills on the man. What I am trying to tell you is that if you think that is not your child, go ahead and get it tested. Even if she gets mad. And guess what? A woman that knows that is your kid, she's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you think this is not your kid? Let's go, let's go." But a woman that knows that's not your kid, she's gonna fight you for it because women are not gonna fight you when it's the truth that they know is their truth, but when they fight for when they have to defend their lives. So stay aware and don't hate women. Don't hate women because it made me realize it's like we men cannot hate women for who they are because at the end of the day we're born from a woman and we come from a woman. And even though some women don't respect themselves, respect the woman that show you respect. Sorry ladies, you might get mad at me, call me misogynistic, but guess what? Men respect women that respect them back. If you don't respect the man, as if a woman doesn't respect the man, guess what? A man is gonna show her the mirror of herself too. Like, all right, you don't want to respect me, I'm not gonna respect you. But if a woman respects a man is gonna respect her. Women say, "Oh, well, you need to respect me because you have a mother and because you came out of vagina." No, we don't. If you don't respect me as a man, as what I bring to the society, then why should you be respected for what you don't bring to society or what you bring to society? So, men, be aware of what type of woman get in your life. And if you're a man that's in the upper class, because I see a lot of men like to go for like this ghetto women, not respectfully, okay? I'm not telling you guys are ghetto, but I like to call them ratchet women. If you're a man that's highly educated and you think you want some girl with the BBLs and all that crazy, like trust me, they don't want you. They want the same type of man that they grew up around the hood with. Okay, so just beware of how you pick women. Until next time, this is pre-recorded because I still need more subscribers to make live content. But I felt like I needed to let you guys know certain connections that have been going on through my head for the last couple months. So go check out those two books out and let me know on the comments down below if you are a parent, if you're a dad, and you feel like you might be raising the kid that's not yours. Definitely go get some DNA testing. And if you feel that you were raised in a household that you felt like that wasn't your father, maybe you should also go get some DNA testing. But don't hate women. Love women for what they are. Don't hate them. Do not hate them. I know they tell you guys to like the battle of the sexes, right? Who's better, man or woman? But in reality, we both need each other to make a great society. So stay blessed. God bless you guys all. Much love to everybody out there. And if you're a man, and if you're a good man, never stop being a good man. Stop being nice, but don't stop being a good man. And definitely don't stop being the great man that you are. Until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful new year, and I hope you had a very good Christmas. Hope you like and subscribe, and leave the comments down below. Mata ne. See you next time. わかりました。